Hello and welcome back to my channel. Happy 2019. I know it's a little past the first of the year by like 21 days. I kind of wanted to do a 2018 recap and talk about the good things, the bad things, what I want to change. So let's get started. 2018 was kind of a crazy year for me. I started off the year not like I thought it would be whatsoever. I was at a job in which I absolutely hated, but I stayed because obviously I needed the money. I couldn't quite find the right time to leave. I did look a little bit elsewhere, but I feel like I wasn't actually serious because I was just comfortable and I didn't want to have to go through a period in which maybe I lost a paycheck because of like the lapse in which I was doing the interview and training and pay period and all that. I was just so used to my surroundings, but at the same time it was so negative and it was not a good place for me to be and better myself. With the people that I had around me, with the environment that it was, with the type of job that it was, it made me a more negative person. It let that negativity grow and start to take over, and I brought it into other aspects of my life. I'm also the type of person where if something outside of work is going on, it follows me to work. I'm not the type of person where I can just check my baggage at the door. I'm a very emotional, I'm the type of person in which I feel everything all the time. Sometimes I'm just better at hiding it than others. It depends on the situation. So I knew that I needed to get out of that. That was the biggest bad negative thing that was going on, was being stuck somewhere and not really knowing what to do. When, you know, opportunities came up to kind of change but stay the same, like it didn't feel like it was going to change enough, and it didn't feel like it was going to change in a positive way. One of the other things that happened was I moved, and I moved a good distance away. And I did it because I knew that if I wanted my future to be the way that I wanted it to be, and I wanted to potentially be happy, that I was going to have to bite the bullet and do something that I wasn't exactly thrilled about. So I moved, and as much as it sucks being away from all of your friends and family, again, I'm thinking long term, and I know that overall this is what I'm going to need to do so that I can be happy in my future. With that came more negative experiences though. I haven't had this story time yet because the story's not over, but I had a couple very, I mean, it's not traumatic, but it's more the negative type of experience. Hopefully that gets capped up here shortly and I can share that with you guys, because it has been so much and it's stressed me out now for months, and it sucks. It really does. The party involved, which they are definitely to blame, it's partially my fault because I was not in the best place and I let my stupidity take over instead of my rationality. Of course there was another negative experience, but to be honest, it's not really something I want to touch base on. Well, actually there's two that I don't want to touch base on, but I've had enough of upsets and frustrations and stress and everything else this year that, well, not this year, 2018, that I was just ready for it to be done. I was ready to be over it. But on the other hand, I had some of the best experiences that I've had. I got to go to a Day to Remember with Silverstein and Beartooth concert, which was so amazing. And like, I didn't go with someone who was negative and ruined the experience. I had someone who was there and fun and let me live in the moment and have a blast. Even though it was 100 degrees and I dehydrated myself and I had to work the next morning and it was 5 hours away. But it was still amazing. I went to Warped Tour, which even though this Warped Tour wasn't the best, again, the person I was with made it so much more fun than I've had in previous years. But it does suck because the food lines were absolutely ridiculously long. and in order to get food, I missed some of the bands I actually wanted to see in the rain, and anyways, it was still fun. I still got to go and experience music. I love music. I love being there and feeling the atmosphere, and just like I love being around music and going to concerts. It's one of my favorite things to do. I went and saw Coheed and Cambrio twice. First time they were with Taking Back Sunday and A Story So Far, and that was amazing, even though the whole concert wasn't amazing because some of the stupid people around me, but I still loved it and I still enjoyed it, and I'm trying to see all the positive. I got to go to Northern Invasion for the first year, and that was amazing. That 2-day festival was so much fun. Even though one day it was cold and rainy and the next was hot, like going to those bands, and like it's different than Warped Tour because there's more bands that I know of and there's more bands I want to see, and instead of running clear across this giant stadium, which I went to in Tinley Park, like stages are all over the place. This has only 2 stages and they're not far from each other, so you really shouldn't miss a whole lot. And I did meet and greets with Asking Alexandria, which was awesome, and I did a meet and greet with I See Stars, which is also awesome, and it was a blast. Also, I got to go to Mall of America for the first time as an adult. I've gone once in my lifetime, but I was like 3 and I don't really remember it, so it doesn't really count. I got to go to a zoo for the first time as an adult. I don't even know if I went as a child, but it was so much fun seeing all those animals. I loved it. I feel like I definitely grew as a person. Whether that have been just me, myself, working on myself, or if it was the people that I had around me and the experiences I got to have. In 2018, as much as, you know, I talked about the negativity, I had significantly less negativity than I've had in previous years. And I'm so thankful for that. And I just want to continue to keep growing and thriving and being happy and doing things that I like and enjoy. Which brings me to my next part of this video. Every year I set resolutions for myself, and I feel like I start them, but then I quickly fall off and I never really get back on track. This year I had a few. My first one was to be more involved in YouTube, getting more into it. It's something that I enjoy, sitting here and filming videos. I love my beauty videos. I've grown to love makeup more than I ever have in my life. I remember growing up, I literally, for dance competitions, had to wear makeup, and I would try to avoid to wear as minimal as possible and wash it off immediately after. I hated it. And now it's just like every time I get a new product, it's just so exciting. And so I want to keep filming YouTube. And I think I want to do more on Twitch because I low-key like video games. And I like to talk and interact and get opinions, and I want to grow. I obviously want to get into a job that I'm going to actually like and enjoy. I don't expect any job to be 100% amazing 100% of the time, but I want something more than I've had in the past. I need something more that's I don't completely dread going to. I don't completely hate being there. Can't wait to get home. I want something that's better than that. I studied photography for a reason. It was something that grabbed hold of me and I loved more than anything. And I messed that up. And I fell off, and I keep trying to get back on, but this is going to be my year to finally get back involved. I want to get back into photography because I love photography. I want to read more books. I used to binge book series and not watch as much screen. And I feel like I've really fallen off, and I still have such a love for books because it disconnects you from the world, I feel like, and you really get involved in that book. You really feel like you're living there. You're feeling what these characters are feeling because you're using your imagination instead of just watching what's on the screen. When you're watching on the screen, you can easily distract yourself with social media or just getting up and getting food or a drink or whatever, and not just fully focusing. Of course there are movies that will completely grip you and pull you in, or TV shows that you have to binge because you want to know what happens next. But I feel like a book you can literally do anywhere. You don't need internet. You can just have your own peace and quiet and peace of mind. I think my next one would have to be talking about health, that I'm just being very careless about. I eat nothing but junk all the time, and I wonder why I feel like I do. And so this year so far, actual 2019, I've been trying to watch what I consume and how much of it, at least. I haven't been 100% on substituting junk food for healthier food, but I've been definitely trying to do better. I've been snacking on things like fruits and vegetables, and instead of eating so much red meat, I've been subbing in turkey and eating more chicken. I'm just trying to watch what goes inside my body, because I'm at the age now where it's not going to just easily get better. It's going to start to get worse if I don't take care of myself. I'm also not drinking enough water, so I've been trying to be very better about that and drinking how many ounces I need to. And last but not least, I feel like because I'm not always eating everything I should, I need to add something into that. And so I've taken vitamins in the past, but I, again, fall off very quickly. And I'm going to now be consistent. I want to, anything that I'm not getting in my diet, I want to be able to add, so then that way my body can function as best as possible and make me feel as good as possible. I think I've kind of capped on everything between books, photography, YouTube, gaming, health, being happy. That's what 2019 is going to be for me, is being happy. And I hope the same for all of you. If there's any negative things in your life that you easily can change them. And if there's things that are going to take time and work to change, then work on them. I know I'm definitely going to be doing that. I know that if I want to be the best Megan possible, I need to make changes. And I've been looking at that for the last couple weeks, and I've slowly been working on that, and I haven't fallen off, and I'm committed. I'm ready to do and be the best possible, because this is going to be my year. I want big things to happen, and I want changes to happen that are meant to be, that are good for me, that I've been wanting. So this is my 2018 recap into 2019, and my goals. They're not resolutions, because I feel like a resolution I always skim on and slack on and just completely ignore. These are my goals, something I'm going to work towards, because I'm not going to be perfect 100% of the time, but I'm going to work towards them, and I'm going to definitely try my best, especially at procrastinating and being lazy. I need to work on that, like, so bad. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I hope your 2019 is going good so far. Links are in the description as always. Hit that thumbs up button if you like this video. Subscribe if you have not. All the support would be amazing. And until next time, guys.